You guys are giving away all of my thunder. No, I'm just kidding. Like I said, inside away. Miguel, that's actually the next slide. So you're exactly 100% right, and that is the next slide. Oh, Nate, you remember that? Wow, Nate, you are quite the computron. To be fair, the person who got mad had an English degree. That's funny. You remember that conversation on, what was that, Clubhouse? He's right. He was like one of the first people there. Shout out to you. Oh, word, it says, first time in my life I'm brewing some wine myself. The parable about the wine is very pointed right now. Well, don't take any advice from me as far as the outcome. You might end up with some, you might not end up with some wine, but you might end up with some moonshine wine. You know what I mean? So that's not.
All praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Bahasham Ha Rakakwadash, double honors unto our apostle elders, which rule great millstone well, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom wa abababal. And I'm getting on what Vocab Malone said out of his own mouth. He said, take no advice from me on the outcome. All right, you'll end up, instead of with wine, moonshine, meaning some kind of counterfeit of the original. Okay, and that's what he's pushing. He's pushing a counterfeit religion in place of the truth. All right, the truth is considered a wine. That's why the Lord said in Ezekiel 9 verse 4. All right, not to hurt the wine. Let me see, Ezekiel 9 verse 4. Salakia, let me, it's actually Revelation 6:6. It says, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, so the four beasts are angels, say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. So there's going to be hyperinflation, and the cost of bread is going to take all your money. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. See? So nothing's going to come against this truth that is going to prevail. All right? Because this oil and wine is representing the truth. That's why even Yahweh Shai, when he said, drink this wine. Let's see, There's this one I'm looking for. 20. It says in Luke 22 verse 20, likewise also the cup after supper, saying, this cup is the New Testament in my blood, which is shed for you. So they weren't drinking his blood. It was wine, but it was symbolic of the New Testament. It was symbolic of his blood, which he paid for us to be brought into that new covenant. All right, so it says in Proverbs 23, verse 7, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Dealing with a man. So what came out of Vocab's mouth was in his mind as a thought first. And for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. So he's a liar. He's a counterfeit, and he's pushing false doctrines. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee, which he told you. He's leading you into a lie. All right? Let me see if they got a translation comparison on this with the NLT. They are always thinking about how much it costs, eat and drink. No. Let me see the YLT. For as he had thought in his soul, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, and his heart is not with thee. See, so he's feeding you lies because he really don't give a fuck about nobody else but himself because he's an Edomite. Now it says in Matthew 15, verse 10, is the Messiah speaking. And he called the multitude and said unto them, hear and understand. Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth this defileth a man. See? So what's coming out of Esau's mouth is lies, and he's gone astray since birth. He's the wicked. The so-called white man is the wicked that is spoken of in the Bible, the Edomites, the red devil the Bible speaks of. So it says in Matthew 15:15, then answered Peter and said unto him, declare unto us this parable. Verse 16, and Yahushua said, are ye also yet without understanding? Do not ye yet understand that whatsoever entereth in at the mouth goeth into the belly and is cast out into the draught? Meaning you shit it out, right? It says, but those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart, from the mind. It starts in a thought, and they defile the man, right? Murder, adultery, all these sins start in the mind as a thought, and then they go into the flesh, and it's sin, and you commit these abominations, and it makes you worthy of death. Talking to the Israelites, it says, for out of the heart proceed evil thoughts. So just like what came out of Vocab's Malone head, it came out of his mouth that he's a falsifier, he's a counterfeit, and he's teaching false doctrines. Murderers, which that's what he's doing to the Jake, he's murdering them by teaching them lies. Adulteries, he's teaching them how to commit sin. Fornications, which he teaches them to commit idolatry. Deaths, false witness, blasphemy. So they're talking shit, right? Because it's in their mind and this comes out of their mouth, right? Because this is what's on their heart. Whatever comes out of a person's mouth, that is what's on their heart. That's why the prophets were always prophesying, because that's where our mind is. Where our heart is, that is where our treasure is, right? Where our treasure is, that is where our heart is. And our heart is on this prophecy, on the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which is good news to the hopeful elect, because it's speaking of Yahushai's return. Bad news for the wicked and them that do wickedly. It says, these are the things which defile a man, but to eat with unwashed hands defileth not a man. You see? So, Esau, Edom, is unclean in many ways. Alright? And he's dirtier than the earth. So, he's vile. He's a vile piece of shit. And he's a liar. He's the devil the Bible speaks of. He's the wicked. That's why the world is in a wicked state. And he even is a self-proclaimed devil. Alright? I've seen it so many times where these Edomites call themselves the devil. Look at the movie American Psycho. They didn't put a fucking Chinese man there. They didn't put a so-called black man there. They didn't put a fucking Arab there. They didn't put a fucking African there. They put a Caucasian, an American Caucasian. Alright? Because they are the wicked the Bible speak of. All praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Bahasham Ha Rakah Kudash, double honors unto our apostle elders, which rule great millstone well, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom, ba, 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 ba.
I don't care if you think I'm Satan reincarnated. The fact is, You can't look at that television and say, nothing happened on the 6th. I don't care if you think I'm Satan reincarnated.